All right. Hopefully, hold on. Let's see. Okay. Let me just get this in frame for a second. Okay, today, took a break yesterday. Started back a bit late today, but we're still here. So today we're going to be building this, which is. Let's put this in. There we are. There we go. So we're going to be building the scale model of the Shinkai 6500 man research submersible. This is a non-fiction kit. This is an actual real submarine that has been featured in various bits and pieces of Japanese media. If you watch Ground Defense Mao-chan, which is an anime from a while ago. I don't know if it was in the 2000s, maybe it's from the 90s, but this is one of the vehicles used supposedly by the Japanese Navy. That's what symbolizes the Japanese Navy in that show. Yeah, it was a weird show about little girls being basically magical girls for the defense force, like the various branches of the military of Japan. So yeah, typical what you expect from anime. But yeah, this is a fairly famous kit, very famous vehicle, submarine in Japan. It's been shown in a lot of random bits and pieces of media. So if ever you have one of the trope scenes in an anime or manga where they go to a well, no, it's not that common, but it has happened a couple of times at least. Well, you have a scene where they go to an aquarium or some kind of like museum on a school trip where there's like technological stuff. They will show shots of this. They will. I mean, I've seen this a couple of times. That's why I'm doing it today. And we're like, oh, I remember that. I've seen those several times in anime. And they will like show this this here ship as an example of the technological marvels of Japan. Japan hasn't really been since the same since the like the bubble in the 80s. Like the 80s, we had like everybody was like, yeah, we're gonna. There was a promise of hyper technology, and then the bubble happened, and yeah, nothing's been quite the same. They're kind of like holding on to like a few laurels here and there. Am I in focus? No idea. This is yeah. So I don't just do Gundam kits. I will do anything that I feel like. But this one's kind of important for if you watch anime in general. I mean, it's made appearances in various series and not necessarily as a main prop like in Ground Defense Mao-chan, but yeah, it'll occasionally show up. I mean, although recently there was a anime called Atri something, and I saw a submarine there, and I thought, oh, that looks a bit like that, but no, it turns out it wasn't the same submarine; it was a different one. But this is the only submarine I have. Molecular submarine that is a small. I think this one holds. It says on the box right here. Okay, so this is a fairly recent kit. Let's skip all. Let's stop with the like. You can just read the Wikipedia entry on the Shinkai 6500. But yeah, this is a uses blah blah blah. Crew member 3 to 2 people. 3 people of 2 pilots and 1 surgeon to hold. Shinkai blah blah blah. Yeah, in the 1990s. So yeah, it's probably been in quite a few documentaries in Japan, and it's like the pride of whatever this is of Japan. Like lots of people know it. I don't know if there's usually like a few famous vehicles or famous like ships and what have yous that a country will have in its culture. I don't know anything in the US. It's probably like some famous like aircraft carriers or something. Oh, like the M1 Abrams tank is probably something iconic. So this is probably one of those things in Japan. Yeah, let's take a look around the box. So it's from the Science World series. This is the first one of it. I don't know if I need to double check. I mean, Hasegawa tends to do, what is that, a whip? Weird. Or was it a laser pointer? I don't understand the logo. But Hasegawa does, I mean, they do random things. They do tend to do more like classical kind of thing. Just like, I don't even know what they're known for. Mikacho Wigo, maybe? Well, that's just one of the many things they do. But yeah, they're just another, they are quite a venerable other Japanese model kit manufacturer. So it's for Hasegawa 172 scale, 1272 scale kit, and yeah, Science World, the first one in the series. So yeah, it's like things from Japan that evoke science and stuff. There's some specs here. Only 55 pieces, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it is a fairly small kit. You can see all the runners in the box here. I was hoping it was a bit more detailed, but I started a bit late, so this should be okay. This comes with a stand, apparently. So, yeah, I mean, that's all we can get out from the box. It says paint and glue, contains parts for one model, paint and glue are not included. So we will need glue for this. Right. Let's get to it. So I do the unboxing. You guys can see, I think I did get my thumbnail already. So, unboxing. Oh, I also got my new nippers. The short comparison of my current and older nippers. Oh, okay, so what do we get here? So I guess this is like part of the whole, let me just part of the whole like science. Let me just see if they have others. The problem with those no, hey, aside from Bandai, I don't really know if other manufacturers do that, but they don't. They will reissue kits, but if they have a run of certain kit, they will call it. They will mark it as discontinued after a while. So meaning you'll have like a limited number of those, and then they will get price gouged because some people will be collecting them, or just like buying them in bulk and just reselling them later once it's become rare and try to make a profit. But they do reissue them once in a while. That kills that reseller market, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know if they. I need to check all the other. This is the first in the series. So what you get like a little card here, a cue card. Well, it's all in Japanese. I can't read it, but it's like various facts, I guess, about the 6500. So when is it built? I guess when was it built? When was it decommissioned? I don't know. How deep can it go? I guess. Blah, blah, blah. Bits and pieces. I guess this is a day in the life of the Shinkai 6500. Starts out in the morning, goes up in the ground, comes back up on the other side. That's what it does all day. Day in, day out. Yeah, so you put this in like a binder or something. And yeah, you get a nice hard back card here, fact sheet about the thing you're building. Comes here with a kit, transparent, clear plastic. Alright, so I'm gonna put this away over here. I need to see if there's others I can. Oh, decals. Well, those, I don't know if those are dry transfer or they might be wet water slide, but they are decals. I mean, if it, I don't know if it's shiny, it means it. I don't think. Wait, those aren't. Yeah, those are not stickers. Those are decals. Good to know. So I'm probably just going to be building it today, not necessarily painting or applying things to it. So we have sheep instructions. Let's see if we have English by any chance. Yes, we do. We have English and we have German, French, Spanish, and something else. Oh my god. Non colare. Okay, Italian and Spanish. Spanish from Spain, not Spanish from America. Yeah, so, yeah, this is nice. They have it is multilingual. The target is international. Out of the box. It's not just for Japan. Although they could have done something about the. Well, I guess it would have been difficult to have all that extra detail on the fact sheet here. So yeah, the Shinkai 6500 here. So, is it? Yeah, it is. So these are we got water slide decals. I mean, I know there are some cases which use the dry transfer decals, but I've never. I probably have a few like those here around, but I haven't actually used dry transfer decals before, so I don't know how it works. I'm gonna have to try to find out someday. Okay, so you have these are. This is the color guide, although it's in black and white, but yeah, I mean lots of small, very detailed. I mean the kit itself is very simple. If you look at it, it's just two halves of the hull, a few fins, and everything has like small attachments to it. Falls being attached to the hull. So yeah, it should be easy. Most of it just be gluing things together. And the instructions are fairly simple. Wait a minute, this is from right to left. Oh no, it is from left to right. This just happens to be the last page. Usually this is like the first page. The first page is a list of your supplied materials. Alright, so simple enough. Blah blah blah, vertical stuff. Okay, so we start with the vertical blah blah. Alright, very simple. Let me just adjust my camera again. The focus is a bit weird. Alright, let's just get to opening this. I don't know how long I've had this kit, but the plastic is a bit stretched out and worn out. And double check if there are others in this Science World series that Hasegawa started, if there are others that I can get. So it's just like one box. Okay, just one packet. One little plastic bag of runners, that's all the part. The rest is just the stand here, but I'm assuming this is like a standard. Or maybe not. There seem to be some clear parts that we'll have to add to the thing here. So these seems to be like projectors or lights and what have you. Okay, so we start with. Alright, so I'm gonna break out today. I'm gonna use my new nippers, which I just got. For today, because these are supposed to be glued together, so I don't wanna. Right, so I'm gonna get this as well. And I need glue. Alright, so let's get started. I guess we could. Well, I mean, there's not a small part, so I don't want to like mix them up. Lots of tiny parts on the runners, so we should avoid nipping them all out and risking losing some of them. So let's try this. Okay, oh, you're not working. Are you sticking? Oh, look at this annoying thing. Like if I try to reach through this, like it hits the. Yeah, it doesn't. Already. I mean, these are like standard nippers based on the God hand, but like it's look at this design. Like it's already failing. Like it hits the. There's a little peg here. It hits it on the back, and it cannot cut. I guess I'm gonna have to do this then. It's a little less practical than the Zuron. However, extraordinarily clean cuts. Two passes, a couple of passes here. This is a glued together part. Glued together kit, so it's likely that the tolerances are even very small. So we may have to clean off any nubs. Okay, good. Alright, so then F11. So this was 314. What? Oh, is it the color? Oh, what's that? Oh, this is a thing. So you're supposed to color it, to paint it, while you're building it. A certain blue with a certain code to it, FS35, blah blah. Which just seems like a standard color or something. White balance. Alright. So yeah, some of the skits you tend to have. I don't know if I'm able to do all of this, but we shall endeavor. So right, technically you're supposed to like paint those as you go. This is going to be inside. So I'm going to try to assemble it as much as I can without necessarily. I think these might hold together without gluing. So I'm going to try to assemble as much. So, okay, let's take a look here. So there's some. If I line it up here. Okay, so it lines up. I do not know if it lines up fine. There might be bits and pieces on the outside, which means maybe this is a bad idea. Already regretting. Oh, the surface is like very detailed, and so once I'm to scale, what you can like the nuts and bolts and rivets on the outside panels are kind of, they feel scratchy to the touch, so they are very like the details are there. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out like if I can do this. Some of the internal, I don't know if you can actually see this. It's like hidden details, so it might not be that bad. What else could I do with this? Some kind of blue, so I'm guessing it's metal. And this is says F12 and 1. So at the same time you're getting the yeah, 1 is white, so it stays the same. 8 is silver. So I'm gonna take a look around for a second. Oh, this is the Shinkai 6500. Oh, I usually put what I'm building in the title. So. It is a non-fiction model kit, and I'm already stumped on the very first part. Oh, we'll try to get through. Okay, so what else? 38 and 33 and 8. Okay, so I'm just going to inspect around a bit. Oops. Alright. So 33, 8. So this kind of requires like you paint at the same time as you go. But I'm going to try to like, as much as I can. It's probably going to be not the most interesting thing I've done. I'm going to have to like do this off camera at some point. But I'm going to try to go as far as I can with this. Alright, so let's try and see. Hopefully I don't have to. The thing I'm worried is like even if okay, so let's see if I do put this here, which is how it seems to be going. Yeah, so it is. You can press fit those. Oh, actually no. Can you? Yeah, you can. So this will basically hold the two halves together without me needing to okay, that's a bit tight. I may have to drill those holes. But the problem I'm worrying is on the line here, I can probably get away with like assembling it somewhat and gluing the parts, the various attachments on the hull, because whether there's holes here. But the only problem is like, is there something that's going to be on this little T here? There's a little T, so that will. Let's see. Let's look ahead in the instructions. Actually, let's look at the. Oh, actually no. Look at that. I guess they planned it properly. So, if you look at the lines of the hull here, how it is presented, there's nothing really. So these are there's pegs. Okay, get off. So you can still, without gluing everything together, build this. You can build it, but you still have to. You still have to glue the various bits and pieces on top of the thing here. So these, once you open them, they do require a bit of planning, but I think we'll be able to get something out of this. It's a non-fiction vehicle. In case you're wondering. So yeah, standard 2mm here. So making it looser so I can actually slip it in and out without damaging anything. I mean, I think it is meant to be something that you can take apart. It's probably meant to be taken apart, so that way you can take a look inside whenever you want. That probably makes sense. Probably pre-drilling too much, but hopefully that will be fine. Alright, so there's lots of tiny fine details on the outside, like the, I don't know if you can see, but like there's tiny bumps, so like probably can't see them, even if I zoom in close, maybe. There's like tiny bumps tiny bumps on the outside. Those are all rivets, like details for rivets. So I feel like if you like handle this too much, you might like wear them out just by touching them. I mean, plastics aren't that. Oh, hold on, is that a part of the thing? No, it is not. Okay, this is the set that you need to remove. Actually, no, it is for that. For now. Okay. Well, I could try to nip it off. So, yep. I got my new nippers. It's supposed to like go in the middle here. Okay, let me try the old ones that I modded. See if there's any good. I mean, they're comparable. I don't know if I should have bothered buying new nippers. Let's see if I can actually do the thing they said to do. No, it doesn't do anything. Some sanding, filing is required because those aren't. This is not a no glue model. Although some parts do seem to fit without glue. If I try this again, this is like the engines, like for vertical, and it's a bit loose, but that's okay. You still can't. I mean, you are supposed to be able to take it apart, I guess. Although there's not a lot of internal details. Yeah, it's a much looser, but still, it's okay. I think that's fine. Well, let's keep going then. Okay, so let's get. Okay, so these are different from the usual. Like Gunpla, where you have only a part number. This one has part number and color assigned. Alright, this was D4. And we have F10 and F10 and F11, F11. There's a color code assigned to it. 1 is white. 314 is like some kind of blue. Alright, so let's get these. So these will have to be glued to F10. Oops. Oh, this is working fine, I guess. I have to. Well, I should be using the new nippers because I bought them and everything. Yep, super smooth. Popping off. Oh, there you are. The problem with these white parts, my work surface is also white, so that will cause problems. I'm gonna try to put them somewhere where I can see them a bit. Not lose sight of them. And then F10, which are these two. These are free with color is 314, some kind of blue here, so just check for nubs. Maybe so tiny. Those are very tiny parts. Like in models that you have to glue together, they will get away with giving you very tiny parts because they don't have to care about how it attaches to the other parts, how it like fits together. You just have to glue it on. That's all. And then hopefully without breaking anything here. Okay, these fit a bit loosely. I don't think those are supposed to. Yeah, those go at the bottom. So if I just left them alone, they would just fall out. So I do have to glue them on here. Which we get our friendly Tamiya, although I did gonna add Just a dab, a dab. It's enough. Like it's in contact, and the glue. I mean, the cement will like spread through the gap. So we'll just leave that alone for like a few seconds. Try to put it somewhere where it's not gonna get. It's already knocked over. Okay, there we go. I'll do the same thing with the other part. Just slide it in here. It spins freely, but we can't have that. So just the tiniest of dabs. A dab. And a dab. And we'll leave that to dry for like a couple of seconds. Shouldn't take more than 10 seconds or something. You don't necessarily have to use just Tamiya, like this exact brand. You can. I mean, the best thing about this is the brush, which is the applicator. That's like a very fine brush. If you can get some super fine plastic cement, you can always refill these. You don't have to. The only difference you have to remember, like Tamiya one, the original formula dries very quickly, and if you replace it with something else, it might have a longer curing time. Right, so this is for that. Actually, let's go take a look with this. I think this one should be dry now. So yeah, it also has to. Yeah, you can't. This one will not stay on without the dab of glue here. Okay, so you just need a dab, and it almost instantly bonds. Right, and then it's a bit not aligned, but all right, there. So I'll have to, because okay, obviously you will not be able to reach inside that well. So when it tells you to paint it, there's probably going to be areas where you cannot reach. So we built this part here. So then you put this down here. This also needs to come off. All right. Sand down a bit. Those so-called professional grade nippers they always leave like a tiny, even though the cut is smooth, it will leave a little bit of extra material on the plastic surface, so that you will have to, it's basically you have more control over what's happening in case there's like, well, actually I don't know, like it's probably better to remove less material than more, because you can't easily add more material if you remove too much. So you take the base, which is B1. All right, I'll put B1 here for now. I built this part, which is number 1. Step 2, C2, which is, we have burners C and F, which, C and D. Where did A, B, C, and all the rest go? Oh, hold on. Oh, I see. There we go. Throw that away. So you have to like, I mean, this probably would have fit in a smaller box. They could have made a box this size instead of the, so I guess it doesn't fit like standard sizes. A smaller box and all these runners would be like, it would be a taller box, but still. Alright, so this is our various runners. I thought they looked a bit elongated. So D, E, this is F, and this is C, and this is G. And I'm assuming this is like A, B. Oh yeah, this is B, and this one's A. The only reason it was considered runner because it had this part attached to it. quite random, isn't it? Alright, so this one is J. Alright, whatever. Okay, so we have apparently parts. Okay, let's try to sort this. This is D. D, E, F. Okay, C, D, E, F. You got that right? Okay. So this is B1. Only one part of it. C2, C. These are C2, which is like the separation between the pilot, the cockpit area, and the, I guess, research area. The part is in the back, as they say. And this is basically a C-van. High-tech thing. Oh, this like it with the new nippers, it's a lot easier to sand things. Okay, so points in this direction. Actually, right. Okay, not gonna glue those on yet. I'm just gonna, as much as I can, at least I'll probably add the various accessories on top, but I'm not gonna glue the whole thing together just yet. So these go in here with the propellers pointing downward. That's the up and down. Okay, does that scrape against the side? That's making a squeaky noise. I do it like this. Does it fit accurately? Maybe, maybe not. There's maybe some. It's not. Probably not a super accurate kit. Like you see, there's some like issues fitting things here. Let's try to get it out. Let's see if there's any artifacts on the. Very gently. Do not knock off the part. Alright, so there's some interference here. I can't really see. You can't really see because of the white of the plastic, but there's some flashing when you try to connect the two parts together, which is interfering with the fit. So you have to come in here with the knife and kind of scrape the excess off, just to make sure the thing fits nicely. But this side seems fine, I think. Let's make sure there's nothing else here. Yeah, it has few parts, but given that it has very tiny parts, and this is probably not the most accurate of kits, there's going to be some amount of work in trying to get it to fit together. I mean, I can't just be building Gunpla all day long. I have to vary my diet a bit. There we go, fits nicely. There's nothing on the floor, so I don't think you actually see, and you might be able to see through there, and I guess up there. That's why they want you to paint it. Okay, I see. So I just need to paint that. What is it? Okay, I should hold on. It's probably a boring kit. Hopefully I don't lose subscribers over this, but anyway. Yeah, I thought I had some like some acrylic markers that I could use to somewhat paint it, but all I found is like those Sharpies here, which is I don't think what the intended use is for those things. Okay, so we may have to Google this. Like, this is 314, says blue FS35 622, which is probably like a standard code for whatever. So let me just look at it. FS35 622. Yeah, it is a Mr. Color. It shows that was a Mr. Color paint, which is yeah, it's actually C14, C314, 314 in the thing there. It's not actually blue; it's more like teal. So I could commit sacrilege and actually just dab these with this for a second. Or this. I don't know, it's more like this. So, like, if you were crazy, you would do this. It gives you an idea what it's supposed to look like. And arguably that might be good enough. I mean, if you have to paint it later, you can just use a Q-tip and a little bit of like alcohol or something and just wipe it clean. I'm not very good at painting. That's why I don't do it. This is F11 and 1, this is 310, 315. For whatever reason, this is that blue. Yeah, I'm terrible at this. But yeah, this is just to get an idea. And it's already coming off, so this video is a mess. Anyway, so let's keep going. Alright, we slide this in here, hopefully without pushing our parts off. May have to... Alright, right. There's no... This should be symmetrical. I don't think there's any... Doesn't actually give you any specific orientation for this thing. It doesn't say that. Oh, maybe it does? Oh, it does. Wait, hold on, it does not. So there's, let's try both, because it was like the fit was a bit, oh, this way fits better. Okay, I guess this way goes. So I'm just gonna leave this is internal, so, and I'm gonna leave a mark on here. These aren't actually black, those are multicolored markers. Just so I know which way is front if I disassemble it and put it back together. Okay, so I'm not even started yet. Okay, this is the back. This was D5, there's no color with it. Then D1, which has two colors. Luckily they are... Those are all standard Mr. Color colors, I guess. Which is a brand in Japan of hobby paints. So, I don't know if it's by Hasegawa or if just because it is the standard. That's what they reference when specifying colors. I mean, I think I've seen that in like other kits. There was a Hind D model kit that I built. before. They kind of use similar things, like it would give you like a name, the brand name, and color of the thing you want to build. Right. So this goes on the back. Nope, it goes this way and that way. You only have to paint the outside here. So what I could do is just glue these together. Or not, I guess. There. So that's not exactly press fitting, but it is fitting. So you can still take them apart later and adjust. You don't have to color them as you're building. You can build it first, see how it looks, see how you like it, and then, okay, so far so good. So this is like fuselage and bottom parts insulation. And then we go to C4 and C3. So these are all the main fuselage parts here. Am I getting the right ones? C4, C3, yeah. Okay, this is shorter and kind of stumpier than the Zuron, so it's more blocky. That's what it gets in the way more. You'd think the Zuron, like the nippers, would get in the way more since they're bigger, but it's actually the opposite. You need to be careful with this because there's, like I said, like there's like tiny bumps on the surface of the plastic, which is actually rivets and stuff. So you don't want to like mess with those. So instead of filing, it might be better to very gently slice them off. Yeah, it's like right next to a rivet. Is it worth doing all this effort, you say? Most certainly. Well, maybe I can use the tip here and kind of... There's some scuffs on the surface on the model, which I don't think is intentional. But yeah. No, there's more rivets here. Trying to avoid damaging details while I do this. Alright. Need to be super careful. Way more careful than I would be with a Gundam. There's some flashing here and there. So it's not, the process isn't as polished as, say, Bandai's. Yeah, Hasegawa is like it's an older. Well, the kits they don't do castles, do they? I don't know who does castles. Some of them does like historical. They do lots of things. They do like lots of military vehicles, regular vehicles, old-timey things. Like, you could say vintage looking, whatchamacallit. I did a kit recently of the Super Cub, which I thought would have been up Hasegawa's alley. That's what like, you would typically see those. Either Hasegawa or Aoshima. Those would be those kinds of models they usually do. You need to like inspect your parts all over. Make sure you don't have any. Right. So these go together like so, or not. How? What am I supposed to do here? Like this. And where now? Oh, there we go. So this thing needs to be glued together. These seem to be glued together because those will not hold. They do hold, do they? No, they don't. They do have to be glued together, it seems. the other two panels. Not sure why they did that. Maybe to give you the option of, oh, maybe that does that. Who knows? I don't think that opens that way. This is the front of it, but I don't think that it opens. Alright. So I guess we are gluing this then. Or not. I mean, it might be better to like glue it once you actually put it together. Once you fit it all together, you can actually see how it looks. Let's do a test fit here. Nothing's connecting. Of course not. Why would it? No, it's not a blimp. It says in the title that it is a submersible. I don't do Gundams every day. I mean, I try not to because otherwise I would just be doing those all the time. I usually try to like, well, I will try to like vary what I'm doing. This is the Shinkai 6500. This is a very famous, well, relatively famous ship, which has appeared in quite a few animes and manga over the years. So if you pay attention to here's my drill. So you pay attention to like vehicles in the background, you will see those. Oh, there you go. Alright. So I'm not gonna glue it yet. So I think it'll be fine without gluing. But we have to do, this is the forward fuselage assembly. Okay, let me do this with this new nipper that I got, which cuts very smooth, and which is identical to the Gaudan. I did a short review of that yesterday. Alright, these are identical windows because this is a deep sea submersible, or at least it is, I think. Well, it's a research submersible. I don't know how deep it goes. It does say on the box though. Well, yeah, it is deep sea. So 6,500 meters, it says, which is quite deep. And yeah, so they would have tiny windows. They wouldn't have. Okay, you're not fitting in. Why though? So those seems to be press fit. They intend to be press fit. Okay, come on. So you need to paint them with 8, which is, I'm assuming silver. Yep, silver. I did have like a bunch of acrylic. Oh, there we are. Acrylic markers. Okay, this is a box of acrylic markers. I think I do have a silver one here. Silver? Oil base, medium point. Well, you usually should use water-based for those things, but hopefully I don't mess this up. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try this. I mean, the gods of plastic modeling probably frowning on me right now. But I shall persevere. So, you can kinda well, these are the kinds that you have to kind of press and let out a little bit of time. There we go. Tiniest amount. Okay. I don't need to like press it multiple times. You see them on TikToks and stuff. They like press, and then let out the stuff until it drips out, which is this is size fine, but it annoys the hell out of me because it is wasting. So basically, I got a silver backing here. This is if you're not too skillful with. There we go. I only pressed it twice and already I got a nice thing going on here. Okay. So now the back is kind of silver. Except it doesn't go all the way in. I do have silver paint somewhere. I doubt that will. Yeah, if you're painting things like this, it's doubtful that you will be able to. Yeah, it looks silver, but I don't know how to feel about this. Let's do the other ones. What I could do is, instead of like painting the back here, I just paint this here. That also works. You just need to be super careful. There, silver. You can always remove the excess with. That's an alternate technique of doing things. Problem is, these ones aren't a fine, super fine kind of things. They're a bit thick. But yeah, you can remove the excess here. Alright, you can always remove the excess with like a bit of like a fine brush and some you can actually scrape it off, yep. Because once it dries, it basically forms a film, so you can kind of scrape it off gently and scrape off the mistakes. So what we can do is, since these seems to want to be pressed in, so I'm just gonna try to clean those parts. So you don't have to do exactly what the instructions tell you. You can improvise a bit, or at least that's how I feel about this whole situation. So they should be all the same. And then I take one of these and press them in here. Sure. I guess that works. And take that one over there. Do it on here. Use my stick. Where's my stick? I need a stick. Use a stick to press evenly. There you go. That way you're not. Your fingers can't usually might not be able to reach that far in. Alright, so finally, this here. You can come in the back and like add like a dot of cement here to kind of make it hold, but I don't think that'll be necessary. So right. So basically, this gives you the illusion of oh, hold on. If you look at the close-up details, it's like I messed up a bit, but whatever. Like only the like inclined surfaces are silver, the rest is white, and the middle is black. To like, or maybe that's just how they decide to paint it. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're doing some progress here. We're like coloring at the same time. We're assembling this thing. All right, so you can put this on here. I mean, you could glue it right now, but I don't feel like I should. You should kind of wait. If you want to glue the whole thing together, you should kind of wait until you're done doing the first pass of assembly. I haven't done a lot of those. And most of the stuff I do is like press fit things. The brightness went up too high. It was like way too white. Right. So we got so far. So now we'll leave this here for a second. Main thruster assembly. So which is this interesting looking thingamajig here. So why do you go all the way? There's like a long stick. I'm assuming this is not. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be part of it. So we slice, and slice. Alright, so we take off these little nut thingies here. These aren't part of it. It says to cut it off. Oh, it says to cut it off with a thing, so I'm just going to cut it off with a thing. Cut it off with a knife, it says. Or it shows. So you do that. These obviously have to be painted ahead of time, so it needs to be F8, so the rim is white, also white. Why is everything white? Do not cement, it says. Do not cement. Alright. Oh, you shouldn't cement the... Everything else, though, should be cemented. Alright, you still want to keep the propel unit spinning freely. So which is... So we need F8, and then F6, F2, F1. So these are the... So I'm gonna have to like get this, because I can't reach with this nipper here. Can't even... come on. There we go. F6, F1... am I doing this right? Okay, whatever, let's just get this out. F2, F6, which was in F6? Is this a 9 or a 6? Where's 9? Oh, they don't have the like little mark thing that says which way is which, but okay. Alright, we got F6, F2, F1, and then F, whatever that was, F8. So let's get this out. These are smaller than my usual nippers. I'm getting some trouble adjusting, I guess. Okay, so make sure we polish anything that needs to be polished. 1, 2, 3, very lightly. 1, 2, 3, very lightly. Alright, so doesn't seem to be any paint. Like all of them are number 1, so which is white, which is the color of the plastic. So you don't need to paint anything. Alright, except you have, because this thing goes in here, it needs to be, it's actually keyed in, it has a little notch here, so it goes in here, there's a little notch over there, so it only goes in one direction. And it is not holding on, so yeah, I definitely have to glue this one on. Yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of annoying with these. model kits where they tell you, oh, you got to glue things on, but most of the time the parts kind of just are like free floating. They don't really line up perfectly. Like right now I feel like this thing's kind of off center a bit. Okay. Shouldn't this be black or silver at least? It just says 1, so white, I guess? I guess this is not going to be seen that much. Or maybe it's just white by default. That's the original color of the thing. So you come in here, you trim those extra bits on. I mean, it is a very thin pieces of things here. So, come on, what is... Oh. There's a... Okay, I don't know if that's part of that, but like, things get caught in that little gap there and prevent the jaw from closing. So. I'm just finding like things I don't like about these nippers. They're identical to the God Hand, so which means like if I had used the God Hand more, I would be feeling the same way about it. So you're not supposed to glue this one. It's supposed to be free floating here. So I guess it spins on the little axle there. It's supposed to like... Oh, if I blow on it... Oops. Look at this, people. Science. You see that? Well, I guess nobody's watching, but... Oops. Okay, maybe not. Let's just put the cage on it so it doesn't fly off all the time. So yeah, you just put this in the middle here. And then I'll leave this alone. So I'll just take a look at this one and make sure I got all the nubs and what have you. Okay, that's good enough. Looks like it fits. I mean, those are very thin, fine pieces of plastic, so they are a bit fragile. You wouldn't necessarily see those in like even real grade will have like thicker pieces of plastic that do not will not risk breaking like that. These ones, they don't care. It's at your own risk. So you just dab a dot all throughout, and it shall go in the gaps and fill in the thing. Alright, so I just press this a little bit just to make sure I made contact everywhere. This is like it's a real propeller. Well, not a real propeller, but like it looks like a real one. And this is like the main thruster, the main unit. And then we take that. We'll leave it alone for a minute. Oops, don't break. Actually, let me just put you over there, like so. Let it dry for a second. So we take F4, horizontal thruster assembly. Okay. Which is normally the F's. F4, F5, F11, and F9, which is this one, F9, F11, I just did 11, there's 12. No, there's no F11. What are you talking about, sir? There's an F12, there's no F11 left. I always use the two F11s for the things over there. I wasn't supposed to use F12 for the other one. Oh, F11, F12. Oh, my mistake. My horrible mistake. So, one of these is F11, one of those is F12. undo this. Alright, so supposedly you're paying attention to details there, so... Except no. What the hell? They're identical. Are they? This is F12. So if I were to twist this off, it might break. Yeah, it's already glued on. So no removing this, but yeah, it's like a bit of detail that I missed there. I thought they were both F11s on this ones, but no, they are different. They are not this. They are naturally. Let me see. Yeah, they spin in the opposite direction. So if I wanted to be accurate, I would try to. Can I even do this? This is illegal. Yeah, illegal. But nobody has to know. I'll just do this and trim this off. I mean, these are going to be glued on anyway, so nobody has to know what happened here today. So I just add a dot here. Hopefully don't lose everything. I probably should have left it alone. Oh dear. Okay, not glued on. Just fine. Nobody has to know a thing about what happened today. So just put a dot on here, just press a bit more. It melts in place. Right. Nobody has to know. Just gonna leave this here to dry for a second. Actually, let me just leave this here to dry. Okay. So I managed to recover an F11. Let's get the F12 over here. Actually, now we're using F12 again. No, we're not. And we need F5, which is this one, and this one. We don't need another F12, we just don't need the one. This is horrible. So awful. Okay, so you connect. Where would I put the piece? Oh, it's not even off the runner yet. So this is F4. And then make sure this is cut off. You make sure you send all the bits and pieces here. Yeah, nobody is gonna. This isn't for people who love Gundam. I think nobody's gonna be watching this. This is one of the poor performers. If I go in analytics, but I'm still doing it. I started, didn't I? So there you go. This is also 314, that weird blue thing, so let's put this like this and add a dot on the cap. Yeah, that should soak in the plastic, and oops, too much. All right. And then we take the 11 that we can kind of salvage from the other one here and kind of... Actually, let's paint this first. I have this one, which is kind of matches the color of 314, which is the one we're looking for, but I already started using this one, so I'll just keep doing that. This is a kind of a matte blue color, not blue, teal color, like a pastel blue. You're not supposed to do this. Don't do this at home, kids. But basically, we're just faking it until... Well, we're not even going to try to make it. We're not going to make it. We're just faking it at this point. Yeah, you're not supposed to do this. But I am doing it live, so mistakes will be made. And nobody's really there to stop me. Normally you would need like a bunch of things like primers and what have you to like prepare the surface for painting, but we're skipping all that. Okay. And then we take this here, we slap it on there. It's not even holding on. Okay, so we're trying to keep it stable. This is an 11. Alright. This is supposed to be white. Okay. That's okay. Let's try to get a dot in there. Dot. I think that worked. Yeah. Yep. It's stuck. And then we take this and we try to find the piece I took off. Oh, I haven't been taken off yet. Let me leave this here. Got this one, this one, this one. We sand it ever so slightly, although this is kind of a large nub. What are you doing to me here, Nipper? I mean, the plastics is soft, so it should be okay. Alright. So we take this here, and we put this in here. There's the internal details I can... Nope, probably not. No internal details, really. And then you should glue that, but it just really goes in here directly. I'm just gonna twist a bit, get rid of any flashing. It seems to be flashing on the sides of the pegs here, on the holes really, so it may interfere with the fit. Okay, this takes a little bit here. Alright, so this goes on like this. Hopefully you don't. Yeah, this is the correct direction for this. And then go here. And then this kind of presses down a bit. Alright, so that gives you like a thing here. Which is another... That worked out. That was catastrophic, but kind of works out. Alright, so then we do the periscope, I guess. There's two small periscope. There's one periscope. This is F7. Painted silver. Seven. painted silver. So you get these off. And it actually goes on here. You had to trim the little bits off first. I mean, you don't have to trim them off immediately. You can like glue it on first and then do it. So the whole thing is silver, which is fine. So the rounded bit points forward. Let me just get that other piece here. Alright. I should be able to get this with a small enough brush. Even if you paint something, the glue is going to interfere with the paint later, so you might as well just put it on there and just leave it. Do I need another dot here? Okay, that was messy. Let's let it dry. Okay. So that's that. Not everything's being glued on. So we have to adapt. Okay, so we have the main thrusters here. It says, do not glue. Need to pay attention because there are some of these that says do not glue. Some of it just says, like if it doesn't say do not glue, you assume that it has to be glued. Alright, so it says do not glue the main thruster here. So that's all you have for internal details, eh? The thing goes on here with the rounded part here, right? And then you go on like this. Oh, okay. I see. And then we take these back out, put this back front, like so. So I need the mark to like know which way. Yeah, it fits. It's okay. Not ideal, but whatever. So we'll leave this on here, hopefully it doesn't fall off. And then we kind of try to line it up. Okay. This is definitely not a Bandai kit. This isn't like something that's gonna fit perfectly on the first attempt. Or maybe it does. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, we got something. So we got the outer hull and stuff. Eventually, I mean, you would glue all these together. You don't really see any internal details. I mean, there was what was that thing they asked it to paint? Oh yeah, the back here. So yeah, you don't have any inside details. This is just like a simple outside view of this thing. The only reason to tell you to like paint these small inside thing because you can actually see them through the holes. Yeah, and then you have the thing here. If you blow on it, it spins, which is a little fun. It actually turns a bit. Okay, so that's not too bad. Like if I close, yeah, it will fit. Like if I actually have to glue it all together, it will fit just fine. But for the time being, I'm not gonna glue these whole hull pieces together. I'm gonna see how much I can add onto there, and yeah. This is probably most of the people who come here just for Gundams are very disappointed right now. Oh, that stuff. This is also fun for me. And these kinds of kits. Okay, so we need observation sonar, fuselage, and a camera or something. Okay, so we did this. Looks nice. Looks like a nice small whale kind of thing. I mean, this is like part of like Japanese heritage at this point. If the bubble hadn't happened, or capitalism wasn't around, Well, these probably would have been a dime a dozen. Everybody could have their own submarine. Okay, where do you come from? I don't think I built this one yet. Okay, this is G1. G1? What's G? Oh, it's this part. We got these. We had these. We don't have just white. Slice. Okay, so. Just polish these a tiny bit. Curved surfaces, still a bit annoying. So you just do a seesaw motion here, very gently. Why do I have a lullaby? Alright, so then we have this. Make sure we have a tiny bit of a thing here. Okay, so now this just goes on here. And D3, which is the front panel here, goes on there. I'm probably gonna try to paint this off camera because I'm trying to match the colors that because I'm not really prepared for any kind of painting. Not set up for it. I do have a few paint brushes and paint colors, but not a lot. I don't know if the surface looks a bit scuffed. I don't know if that's natural or if it's some kind of accident, like the I don't know. When does this get? I don't know if there's a date on this. I didn't see. 2011 it says. So this is like at least over 10 years old. 13-year-old kid. It is a 13-year-old kid, and yeah. Alright, so this goes on here. You're supposed to like glue around, obviously. This is just sits on here, so I guess this internal part is something you have to also paint. And that will become, actually you need to put this on first so that it will kind of hold all together. So this goes on here, kind of pushes this on here. It holds the stop part up and kind of locks it in place, and this further locks the whole thing together like so. It looks like some kind of animal. Has an eye, whatever this is, head, has a body. There's weird eyes here, and yours keep falling off here. This part needs yeah, don't keep falling off you. All right. I guess I should try to find some elastic band maybe to like kind of keep it together. There's some like more, oh, we'll find out. There's like a bunch of stuff happening on this thing. Yeah, it's not glued together yet, but it is kind of holding. So, now we've done this part. We now get to the interesting part, which is say what? E10, E10. So this is all the cameras and what have yous that are on here. Is this thing leaking through? Or am I having an optical illusion kind of moment here? Paint kind of like seeping, I mean the marker color seeping through the plastic. So everything just fits on here, these little slots here. Oh, there's some flashing. You have to be careful about. Oh, hold on, is there flashing? I don't think so. Oh wait, that's the actual detail, I guess. Okay, never mind. Alright, so let's try to get this E. Some of them are silver, some of them are just white. So I may have to go in with a fine brush later and kind of get these. So we need runner E. So E4, E15, E8, another E8. No, E11. There's one E8. There's two E8s, okay. This is, I mean, that's I guess standard for these things here. So let's start with, and this goes on E8, go on E5. Where's E5? 1, 2, 3, 4, fig. It's out of order. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I guess it goes like this. Alright. And E5. Take this little knob off here. I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't really serve any purpose. There you go. Slice off any. This is very soft plastic. I should say what plastic this is somewhere. I mean, they usually do, not always. Not all manufacturers say, okay, oh, polystyrene, okay. It is polystyrene, but I guess it's like less dense polystyrene. It's not as packed as, say, Bandai would do it. Okay, so it goes on like this. And then you paint it silver. I think I'm supposed to get rid of this side little thing here. Little nub. Well, that could be just a bit of detail. Maybe destroying here. I'll just look like nub. Maybe I should just shut up and let people and just leave this alone. Okay, so then E. This one goes on where? Does it go on the sides? How am I supposed to know how this looks? It's an E8. Those are E8s, right? Oh. Did I get the wrong one again? No, E8. Okay, E8 seems to go on. But you don't look at all like that. That doesn't look at all like the same thing. This is E. Oh. Okay. I'm confused. These are somewhat confusing instructions. It's not E8. The color is 8, but the numbers are E10 and E14. It is all silver. So E10 and E14. Okay. Hopefully we're able to get these on. This is E10. And then we try to get this on here, so there's a bit of flashing. It's gonna get in the way of us being able to fit that. Alright, so we hold it like this, which nobody can see. And E10 goes on like this. Or is it E14? Hopefully you don't. These are very critical because you definitely don't want those to fall off and get lost. Alright, so you have to kind of hold it in place. That's why you need fingernails. If you don't have fingernails, you got a problem. Alright, so like so. Okay, this is E. E14 goes on that side, and then E10 goes on the other side. At least that's what the arrow is telling us. Goes on like this. Try not to press too hard. If you press too hard, it could just fly off. Okay. So, should kind of leave them on there. So this is kind of what it looks like at the end. It's still kind of soft here for a minute. So, put it on. There you go. Leave it on here so it's kind of flat. Just leave this over here to dry. Alright, so, or cure really, it doesn't really, I mean it does dry because the solvent is evaporating. So then E15 and E11. E15 and E11. I mean, there's not much of a nub, but still kind of tiny bit. It's probably gonna go on for like 3 hours or more. It's a simple kit. There's only 55 parts, but you kind of have to assemble them quite slowly. So it goes on this way. Not sure I should do these two. Yeah. Okay, so fit over here. These are same color. They're both 8, so silver. So we do this on here. Just a dot. Let the cement propagate. Alright, so, and then this is just E4. E4, which is this one. These are all the cameras and what have you is on the device there. These are kind of, I don't know how I'm gonna reach with these things. This is a tiny part, so tiny. I'm probably gonna need a knife. And very carefully, kind of slice, scrape. You don't like try to like go in one movement. You just like, just tiny bit. Carefully, kind of scraping it off, not really cutting it off when it's this small. Hold the part carefully, try not to apply too much pressure, you don't want this to fly off. you're shaving small amount. Alright, so I got all the cameras, I think. So now I try to assemble them on here. So this one goes on. This has a... It shows you like the various camera angles you're supposed to Okay, so it goes on like that, with a thing pointing that way. That's a bit, it's wobbly as hell. How am I supposed to know which is which? Kind of vaguely, sort of try to. There's nothing really, no indication really which way it's supposed to go. Because it's like very loose. It doesn't even fit in there. Yeah, this is even the right hole, I don't know. Anyway, so gotta get a dot in here. That should be more than enough to get it to kinda, sorta. Okay. It binds to the thing. And then you put this one on here, just like this. No, the whole thing is silver. I mean, you can basically have it like so. So just do the dot here, dot there, and try to reach in there to get a dot in the back. And that should be enough. Yep. There we go. You can add additional dots here and there just to make sure. Whatever, there's a contact surface. But yeah, that should be enough for it to hold. Alright, and then you do this one, which is there. Nope, I guess this way. There you go. So, right this way. Then do a dot. Oops, too much. And to be more careful when applying. There we go. So that should spread out. And there you go. Camera assembly complete. It's starting to look nice. Not too bad. Yeah, this is all black. Okay, silver. Yeah, you can kind of refer to this card to kind of get an idea of how it's supposed to look in the end. And you can, you'll probably have to like go in with a fine brush and like, very carefully paint around. But overall, like the shape of it is coming together. Right, so. So now, let's keep going. Basket, sample baskets. Look at this. I mean, you have to commend them for the effort, but still. Sample basket kits. It's a typo. You don't usually see those much, but they happen. Alright, so basket assembly, which starts with E. This is what E. That's a lot of parts. It's okay. So E2, E3, E2, E3 over here. Probably have to glue all these together. Two E3, all right, E7, E6, 7, E6. Let's just put these two together first. And 92, wait, D6, D6. They're not symmetrical, so we should probably assemble them first. All right, so quick file here. Quick file there. Perfect looking thing. Right. Same deal here. Oh, there are some fine details there. Near where the nub was. Okay, that might not have been the nub. Oops. Oh well. Let's get. Alright, so this is actually colored all the way, so silver and then I guess 92, which is probably black. Some kind of, yeah, black. So this goes on here. And this one goes on. It might be the opposite. I think it might be the opposite. So, I mean, the ones with the peg usually imply that you should be able to remove them later on and paint it. Okay, so is this correct? I think so. E2, E3, right? Okay. Alright, yeah, this is correct. This is just the shape of it. So then F3, which is F3, also I think dark silver or some kind of metal piece here. F3, and do a quick sand. So then F3 goes on to this part, or like this. Which way? With the parts like this. Okay, on the top. Or does it go on the bottom? Yes, it goes on top here. So this has to be glued together. Alright. And then finally, these parts, E, E7, E8, for the other thinner basket. No, hold on, E7, E6. Oh, misread. It is E6. Alright. E7, E6. And all right, 76, and then D7. I think. Oh wait, there's still a few pieces here. All right, so. And this is just a sample basket. Nothing special about. So the one with the little extra nub here goes on the outside. Alright, so sand this a little bit. Trim this off. More trimmings were needed. Okay. And sand some more in the back. Yeah. Alright, so let's not glue it on together just yet. Okay, so there's some... Wait, we do have decals, but those are like big decals, so they're not really for that purpose yet. Alright, so there's some painting guides here. You can like kind of see where it's supposed to go. Yeah, it's like silver and I'm assuming which is 43. On the other side. Oh, there we go. Now we do have another paint guide right here, so which I didn't see. Okay, so these are Mr. Color Glue. Okay, right. So flat black is at 12. No, sorry, it is 33. So it is 43. So it is brown, wood brown, and number 8, which is silver. And I guess this one is silver. What the hell? Doesn't look silver. No, this is silver. 92 is semi-gloss black. Alright, yeah, I mean, there's like a bunch of... You can't really do that right now, so I'm gonna do... This one's larger. The larger one goes here. Alright. And then in the middle, which is where to go. This one goes here with the narrow edge pointing out. So instead of like gluing it separate, they should glue it while it is on the part itself. That way you can use that as a guide. Alright, so hopefully I get able to do this. Alright. Come Nope, upside down. There we go. Okay, so we'll try holding it like this. This is where you need like 2 or 3 extra hands. Yeah, that's not gonna fit. So we try to do this like that. Hold it like this. Do it like that. Can I do it? Yeah, I did. Alright. There's nothing that goes in here. That's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to leave those like this. Because I need to paint those anyway. And I do want to be able to remove them to paint them. So not... Well, to some extent. Do I even have to? I don't know. This should be okay, I think. I mean, it's a bit flimsy. I kind of want to, like, clean those up a bit. Alright, this is probably going to go back in the box, like, once I'm done, because all the parts are a bit loose. This is just for, like, getting a sense of how it's supposed to look like once it's complete. And it's also, I mean, it is fun. It is a fun thing to do. Alright, so. Okay, this is going to be problematic. So, I'm looking ahead for a second here, but here it says like this is the decal that goes on top, like on the top surface here. Alright, so that's all nice and fine, but then you have to like put additional parts on top of it. And it is, yeah, silver parts, so you don't necessarily have this color, unless you don't want to use decals. You can just paint it, I guess. You could just like paint it whatever color and not use the decals for this. That would also work, I guess. You might get away with like, I mean, this is like slightly gold. What do you say? What are you? Yeah, slightly goldish kind of thing. It's not really, it's like semi, I don't know if like it's a rare color or not, but like it should be able to paint it that color. It should be able to match this like slightly gold, fake gold kind of color. So even that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, what color did it say this is? Because it seemed like nope. Do any of it match? Yeah, it's like slightly gold on top, so I don't know. You could use this, but I might not. Because yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to like add parts on top of the decal, which is not gonna be possible if you put the parts on first. It's gonna be impossible to add the decals afterwards, because decals are gonna, like the holes on the decal is going to rip if you try to do that. Okay, so anyway, let's do the manipulators. You're doing so good. And baskets, manipulators. That could be worse. Alright, so these seem to be just one whole piece. There's no moving parts to them, so just easily. Oh, there's like a bunch of like small things we need to remove. Alright. So this is E9. E9 goes on the right side of the ship. E13 goes on the other side. There are lots of small pieces to remove. Sand, sand, sand. Sand, 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 sand. So on the curved surface, so do a seesaw motion. And there we go. Same, actually there's like a bunch of small parts. Small things we get to like trim off here. Which one is this one? They're identical, so I have no idea. Are they identical? I don't think they are. The one with like the curved. E9 is the one with the curved. Okay, so E9 goes on the right. This one goes on the right. They have different hand types, claw types, I guess. They're not identical. E9 just goes on to this side here, and you will need a stick. I shall acquire my stick. There you go. Alright, so that's you definitely, I mean, you should see how it looks first. Like, are you gonna... Does the basket move out of the way? Because if you need to pick something that's directly under the head, I suppose it does. It might move out of the way a bit so you can, like, pick something under the basket. Looks like it would. Let's do the other one. This is E13, which has a more articulated claw. The other manipulator is just like, I guess it's for like more heavy things. This one's more articulated for like smaller things. Like, I could probably do both. Okay, we probably need. Can't really reach in there with a nipper, so we have to do this. And try not to slice the part, whole thing apart. There. Okay, so now you kind of just chisel this off. There you go. Alright. Sand. And some more. Oops. Also slow off there. Alright, close enough. So then you put that on here. Just there you go. It's a bit loose fitting, but you get the idea. I'm not gonna glue these on yet. This is just to get the feel of it. Alright. This is like, yeah, this is like one. These are solid pieces. This one, you can kind of see the articulation. Alright. We'll move on to the part here. So yeah, like I just mentioned, the you're supposed to put the water slide decals on and then put on the parts, which I don't think I can do. I mean, I could. You can probably paint those. Okay, so it goes all the way here. Yeah, you can probably paint those. But it's like, this is like kind of reflective. And it's probably gonna do a better job. Sure, it's gonna look better than the other one. So what I could do is just kind of put them on without really. This is like a very, okay, also this is like a very large relative, I mean, mostly water slide decals are usually much smaller than this, so you can kind of push them around as one piece. These are very large decals, so they might not, like once you apply them, they're probably going to be a pain to adjust. Those are two E8s I kind of took out earlier when I wasn't paying attention, and I probably need something to hold on to this. And we're dead. Okay. Piece fell to the ground. It means that we're never finding it again. I can go look right now. Luckily it cleaned up yesterday, so if there's anything on the ground that looks like a white piece of tiny white piece of plastic, that should be it. Alright, so you're supposed to push this in here. So yeah, definitely should. I've tried to do this after I put in the decals. Problems like decals can get scratched easily after you applied them. So I don't know. Maybe I try to like find a color that matches this. do I have something like that? I mean, I have a few oil-based acrylic markers here with like varying. I can kind of try to test which one kind of matches. Not this one. It's like a bit too gold. Not yellow enough. You can use these, I guess. These are just paint markers. You can use those instead of buying lots of paint if you don't paint that often. Alright, so wait, did you come off? What the hell? Did I not just put that on here? Alright, so this one goes here. And the other one I just recovered and lost sight of already. Okay, there it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna put those on first, see how they look, see if I actually can put the decal. I mean, there's a chance, like, if I try to put the decal on, it will not stay on. Or, I mean, what am I talking about? I'll fail to apply it because those are somewhat large decals. Oh, there it is. And yeah, decals usually are much smaller. Alright, so this one is, I guess, the whatchamacallit upper parts installation. It just says, yeah, this one is definitely will have to be glued in because it doesn't want to stay upright. Okay, we gotta be careful with these because, I mean, okay, the decals will probably melt if it comes into contact with the glue, the cement. So I'm probably gonna have to keep the box around, or at least put these all in a Ziploc bag or something. Alright, so let's do E12. The two E12s. Oh, I guess this is just... What is this? This is Hasegawa one. E12, 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 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, which is all these lights, I guess. Those are meant to be... There's no color indication. I guess it might be mentioned later. You can always use this as a reference. Okay, black and silver. These are pingers, it's called. I guess these are like lights so you can kind of see the submarine. Maybe it like emits some different kind of light spectrum. And these just go on here. No. Yeah. Easily. So yeah, they don't hold on in the peg, they just fall off. So this is just for show. Yeah. So we'd have to, like, I'll try to add the decal later. I mean, this is like a nice kit. Like, if you want to just, if you're a Japanese person and you have that thing they call national pride and what have you, and you're like, oh, this is like a technological achievement of my country, so you might want to get this and just have it displayed somewhere. It's like a nice little thing. It's a nice little scientific research vehicle to have just around. Oh, these are hooks. Oh, these are hooks. Okay, I guess these are hooks to like lower. These are how you like hook the thing. Just call hook. Okay, whatever. And then E12. Okay, it does say here E12 is 8 and 92, which is it's semi-gloss black for the glass and silver for the frame and white for the base. And then E92, which is the I don't know what that is, but it is something. No idea. It's not shown on here. Where does that even go? Oh, it goes in the back. I guess that's the part of the rudder or something. It goes on after the yeah. Okay, E92 goes on after the G3 and G2. Okay, which is these two. How long have I been at here? 2 hours 11. Nobody's really watching, but I do not care. So let me know in the comments below if you think I should do less of these. Not more, less. I will of course ignore you. I will do these if I feel like it, or if I have, because I will get the kits I see as interesting, and eventually I'll have to build them, so there's a chance that there will be more stuff like that in the future. Just random kits that make no sense. Like they're not Gundams, they're not fictional mechas and what have you. They're going to be like some weird kit. Like for example, the other day I did a pair of desk and chair from a anime that I really like. Because it is from an anime. It is a generic desk and chair, probably like recycled from some other I don't know, like option part kind of kit, but whatever. So this is not lining up just right, so I'm just gonna try to sand. Okay, see if that does anything. Yeah, this doesn't quite. Alright, let's just go with this for now. And afterwards, it says to just slap that on there. I guess it connects to this and that. I just assume this is okay. Alright, and then you just take E. I think it's the last E, okay. Yeah, it's not a lot of parts. Otherwise it'd still be here, like 3 hours or more. But it is, you just have to move slowly and kind of plan your way around. Maybe I should get like fancy SMR microphones. Maybe that will be something people will enjoy. These weird relaxing. What am I gonna say? Is it relaxing? The sound of my voice? It's probably quite irritating. Alright. And this just goes there for no reason. The bump. I'm not sure why. Okay, you go there. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Oops. Carefully. It just goes on here. It just sits like this for no reason. Not sure why. Well, I guess that is not a very useful part to have. Okay, so. And then you have on the bottom here these 4 ballast, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna use these because I haven't been. I mean, it is sharp. It is still good. It still feels like comfortable in my hand. The new nippers feel a bit weird. This is all the D runner. All the ballasts. And they are silver. Silver? Yeah. 8 is silver. Yeah, all these parts are going to fall off when I do this. Yeah, they do. So I'm just going to leave those in the box for now. The parts that don't fall off can stay on. So these are they're just squares of weight, I guess. For the time being. I'm just going to try and see if they fit, kind of. Right, this is going to be a bit tricky. So I might have to like take it apart, glue them on first. If I can do that. I haven't like glued everything, so that's a good thing. So these are going to be difficult to do not paste up D2. Wait, it says don't glue it? Oh, okay, it says don't glue. Oh, okay, they clip in. Alright. Everything fell off though. Okay, so they do snap in. So hopefully I can get them out again. Because I need to paint, yeah, I will need to paint the bottom. Got it. So the bottom here, the whole thing is silver, and just like it says do not glue these. Alright, okay. So these are meant to just be somewhat free floating. And they do kind of snap in, so we don't. Alright. Got it. So just leave you alone. That's just a ballast. Ballast. The weight things to like. Oh, okay, that's it. Seriously? That is the whole thing. Once you're done with the ballast, you're done. And then you take the, you just build the thingy here. And we're done. Nice and simple. I'm gonna try doing a review as much as I can here. So we're done with this part. Here, weird pieces sticking out. You don't want these to be sticking out much because that's going to make the base wobbly. There we are. There we go. I'm not gonna need these anymore, so I'm gonna put them back in their diaper, essentially. The god hand has a glove, this one has kind of a diaper. Alright, so then you just stick this on here. Oh, there's a bunch of small pieces we need to get rid of. Okay, I'm just gonna use this. It's okay. Could probably keep using this. Right. Then there. Simple enough. It's symmetrical, doesn't matter which way you put it. And then there's a hole here, which is there. There you go. That's how it shows. And then you can, I guess you can, like, whichever side you prefer to look at. Might be this way or this way, I guess. I guess I'll do it the other way. Oops. So, yeah, just come off again. Without breaking, hopefully. There we go. Let's try it this way. Yeah, that's what the instruction says. It's preferred to show the left side, which is best profile. Well, not really, but whatever. You can incline it a bit over there, just to show it off a bit more. So basically this would be your how you stand it. And then you can put the decal here, which is either Man Research in English, Man Research Submersible Shinkai 6500. You put that on here. And then, yeah, you cover it up with some nice gloss finish. What's it called? That floor product. Which I can't see here. I forget what it's called. But yeah, so you can do that here. There's also this part of the decals, I guess it is. There's this little thing here, which I don't know where you're gonna put. Hasegawa Hobby, it says. You don't need the extra 12, it says. Yeah, that's correct. And there's this one. Does it actually say where you need to put this? Nope, it does not. This is just extra, I mean. Alright, that's it. That's pretty much it. You can reference the Radome. Is it random or Radome? Is that a color, Radome? Is there anything that's like... Actually, let's stay on the other side. Freeze 18. Freeze 16. Where's free 18? Free 18. Oh, so you can paint it. Radome is actually a color, so I guess I can have... Let's take a look. It's kind of tan, yellow kind of thing. Radome. Okay, so yeah, it's slightly kind of emissive kind of color. It's like a bit glossy, like metal kind of thing. But so if you don't want to risk using the water slide decals, which will probably break if you try to apply it to here, because it's a very big decal. And it's not, and it's on a surface that's kind of, I mean, unless you keep this very wet when you're working on it, and then you're like nudged around until you're satisfied. But it's probably safer bet to just use the Radome color here. And very carefully. I don't know. These don't actually say. I got these for cheap, but yeah. B50, no, it doesn't actually say which color it is. It only says the... I'm gonna have to guess, kinda. It's kinda like... No, this is too gold. No idea. Yeah, there's like manufactured like Vallejo, Vallejo, I guess. Vallejo makes like colors. They probably carry that color if you wanted to do that. I might try at some point, like once I finish everything else. Like if I'm feeling, I might do a video like trying to apply this decal later on. Or maybe I try to do some videos of trying to paint this, which is going to be interesting because I'm not very good at painting. But yeah, this was the Shinkai 6500, which is kind of an icon. I mean, it's a well-known submarine in Japan because it's been in multiple bits and pieces of media over the years. So this is not yet glued together, it's not yet painted, just gives you a general shape of the thing, but it looks nice. It's like a nice little model you can display on your mantle, shelf, what have you. I'm not really into like vehicles, but yeah, if it looks interesting enough, I will get it and build it. Yeah, this one's a 172 scale from Hasegawa. Yeah, lots of. I mean, it's not super detailed. It's just a display model. Oops, and you're already trying to run off. Glue is required to just keep these parts together. Paint is required, of course, and you get some primer and stuff to do that. I don't have any primer. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I did a fairly good job just putting it together. It's fun. Nice thing about it, like, is this loud? Probably. But yeah, the back. Oops, and it falls off. But the back piece here. It kind of moves a bit, so that's the only moving part really of the whole assembly. Everything else is just static, but it's like a nice thing, and the propeller spins if you blow on it. This free standing thing. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's like a I mean, if you want to relax, if you find painting relaxing, that's definitely a kit for you. And yeah, if you're a Japanese person and you feel patriotism and pride, national pride, when you see something like this, yeah, this is what my country built. Yeah, you can get it. So it's 172 scale. I guess yeah, that makes sense. I thought I have some 172 scale people around. Do I? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Oh well. I thought I had like some 172 scale people for comparison. Just give me a second here. I'm just gonna look around for a second. Okay, so I don't have 172 scale people around. But I have found, well, I do kind of, I found like a Star Wars. This is Luke Skywalker, by the way. 172 scale Luke Skywalker. Painted. I think I did okay, but like it's a bit messed up. But yeah, so supposedly you can go through here. There you are. With a person to scale. This is what it looks like. It's not a yellow submarine. It's a white submarine with a yellow back. They should have made it. I mean, like, it would have made sense to like paint the top black and the bottom white, but the whole thing is white, so it's not very camouflaged. Like, it doesn't really look like a fish. This is a 172 scale person here, just standing in the. This is where the people go in. The hatch, I guess. Oops, this is not the hatch. This is the hatch, I think. This looks like there's a hatch handle down there. This might also be a hatch. But yeah, there you go. This was from Hasegawa, 172 scale. Shinkai 6500. Actually, let's just put this on here so you can actually kind of see it. So, in final, well, this is not working out. Keeps bouncing up. I need to like. There's a spring on the arm that's holding the thing here. I can't do it. There you go. Shinkai 6500. The research submarine that is the pride of Japan. Oh, this was in the 90s. I guess there's been newer ones, but I don't know. It's somewhat famous that it's been in multiple small, well, it's made appearances in various media over the years. So whenever I see it in anime, I tend to recognize it. So it's in a lot of older animes. Well, not a lot, but a few of them. The main one I can point to, which might have had like somewhat of a main role, was like Ground Defense Force Mao-chan, which was a story about a little girl, elementary school girl, defending the Earth from cute aliens. Yeah, that is typical. That is peak Japan culture there. That is the true soul of Japan. So yeah, this is it. This is like a nice little. It's not a gimmicky kit. It's a nice kit for like display. It's a grown-up kit, if you will. Yeah, it requires glue, requires patience, requires sand. I mean, it's not a very complicated kit. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very simple. This looks a bit more detailed than I. This deceptively suggests that you can open those hatches, but you cannot. The hell do you people? What the hell? Is this a real thing or is it the fake one? Is it the model? Maybe the real one. Or is it my CG version of it? Because there's this weird thing here which I don't think you have on the. You don't have any decals that does this weird thing. Let me see. Oh, I guess you do have a decal that does this. A weird looking thing here. Alright, so you do have a decal that does that. So yeah, you have some watertight decals, some very big ones, very small, well, few details. But overall, yeah, it's I would recommend this kit if you like. If you see this and it tickles your fancy, so yeah, definitely. It did mine, so there's that. Alright. And I have Luke Skywalker there for his 172 scale, the only 172 scale figure I could find around just for scale comparison, so that you can see like, yeah, it is kind of scale matches. Alright, so that's about it. I don't know if you guys had fun or not. I don't have a lot of kits like those, if that's what you're mad about. Some people might be just saw this, probably got mad and left. But yeah, I will do those occasionally. I will do like stuff like this. So yeah, it's just what you get with a channel. But I do hope you will stay and subscribe and be a part of this jolly family. Alrighty, so I'll just leave it to this. And yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Whether or not you liked it. If you hated this, just still give it a like and subscribe so you can get more stuff that you hate and be mad about it. If that's what you're into. I won't judge. Alrighty. Have a good night, I guess.